the Brenner Brothers.
I messed it up again.
Hi.
Hi. We tried a shorter opening intro. That's what messed me up.
Wally's here. Ashley's here. Joining the beats here. Josh is here. Who else is here? Gene's
Come on,
here.
gang. Let's get it. There's Jesse.
No,
Here comes
Jesse's here. Jesse, what are you doing here?
What a surprise.
Hey, I love it. I love that Jesse boy.
I love him too. He's mine.
No. Okay, so we have a great show for you folks. Art up the wazoo, I can tell you. You got two amazing artists here today. Myself, I kid.
Whoa. And one great puppeteer.
Myself, I kid. You have Mr. G. Brett, of course, and the one and only Mr. Jay Fosgitt.
There's Scott, there's Fergie, there's Beelzy.
I love
We
Jay's
got
work.
some potential contestants for the American. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, why?
What'd you say?
I was just telling Jay how much I loved his work.
For what? All right,
Uh,
so go ahead, you speak. We're talking over each other.
I tried. It's your turn.
Hey, about halfway through the show, we're going to announce our contestants for Sunday's show. America's
Finalists,
Got
not contestants, finalists. We had a lot of contestants, but now we have finalists.
Good point.
See what I'm saying? There was a step. We had all the contestants. Everybody submitted. Thank you. There was a lot of great submissions. And then we unfortunately had to weed it down. And so we're just going to let you know that we had to weed it down to 10 people because of the amount of time we have, the amazing acts. And unfortunately, we had to exclude some that, you know, we didn't want to. But I think we have a good variety, don't you, Gene?
Yeah. And just to restate it, Jess, we're going to announce them about halfway through. We're going to let people file in and build up a little viewership here, and then we're going to reveal it. But before we do that, oh, hi, Ashley. Cool. Before we do that, we've got a really special guest.
We do.
We do.
Amazing.
And most of you know him already and know his work.
Do they? How do you know they
so.
do? Come on, tell them who he is.
If they're Muppet fans, they probably do. Jesse, Jay P. Fosgitt. I have to ask him what P stands for.
Perfect.
Jay Perfect Fosgitt. I gave him a new title, Cooltoonist. Not just a cartoonist.
That's
Cooltoonist.
He is a cooltoonist.
You've maybe seen his work, his illustration work for Sesame Street and DreamWorks Animation, My Little Pony, G.I. Joe, Jim Henson's Labyrinth, The Dark Crystal, Fraggle Rock, The Avengers.
And the list goes on.
DEADPOOL, Jessica Jones.
The list goes on.
And he does some pretty badass caricatures. I have a cool book of his where he just drew caricatures of all these female friends of his that inspired him.
Look
and
here.
He's even. Is that? I can't see it from here. Is that one of his?
It's a Fosgitt original, baby.
Nice.
Absolutely. Right there.
Why don't we bring him on and then we can show a little bit more of his work?
Nah.
Let's just talk about the work.
Let's just talk about him. What else can we say? You know what I like? What he does best. I hope he's wearing one today. But I love when he wears dinosaur like shirts, dinosaur themed shirts, especially like. And I think he looks great in blues. I'm hoping he wears something like that today.
Okay, well, let's take a look. Please welcome Jay Perfect Fosgitt, the Cooltoonist.
Oh,
you're right.
There he is.
Wow.
Oh, but it's green, actually. I was wrong. It's not blue, but you look in green, too.
It's aqua, so
Aqua. Thank
you're
you.
close.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
Good. How are you two doing?
We're good. We're good. Are you? So when you look at, where are we? Are we in your computer? Where? Where are we when you
so
look
my
at us?
camera's here.
Yes.
That's where we
You're
are.
here.
We're over there.
My phone's here. So Yep.
And the arm of your phone is right in the middle of your face at times. So could you just
I
we can
know.
see your handsome face when you're
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
there you go. You know what? It's even more handsome because Jay has lost 50 to 60 pounds in the last year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pre-COVID, I went on the keto diet.
Oh.
So that's been fun.
Is it a good thing? You like it?
It's,
I mean, I
yeah.
know it's hard to lose weight, but like, was that a good way to do it? The keto thing was good.
It was for me because you're encouraged to eat meat.
Oh,
So
I know, right? I know.
it's like I cut out bread and sugar, and that's it.
Wow. How about like exercise? Because I just started exercising again. I just was getting so fat.
I don't get to exercise like I used to, but I used to walk like 2 hours a day.
Right.
And then I got busy with work. So
Right.
that's why I'm on the diet now.
Yeah. No, I get it. I completely get it. Well, you look good, man. You look great.
Thank you very much.
Brand new studio space. You moved into a home not too long ago.
Yeah. You guys got to come visit.
I want to go back. What's back in that room? Is that where what's going on back there?
Oh, that is the secret laundry room.
It's like one of those Silence of the Lamb basements.
Yeah.
Saw?
You know, they put the lotion in the basket. Yep.
And the Peanuts thing, I noticed you've been drawing your own kind of
Oh, we lost sound.
Oh, no. You can hear us? You can't hear us?
Uh-oh.
Come on.
How did that
No,
happen?
let's make fun of him.
Win.
Let's just make fun of
Technology
him.
is beating us.
How can we not hear him? Wait a minute. Let's try something.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What happened? Never
I
mind.
don't know. I have a superpower where I can make anything technology-wise not work. So you saw it here first, folks.
Techno
This just in. My son is watching. Good vibes.
Nice.
Very good. Very
I
good.
could use some good vibes right now.
Hi, Ben. But I was just going to say, I've noticed, like, I when I can occasionally check in, I like to watch you draw. And I think that's because when I was younger, I used to always like to watch Gene draw. Like, that was something I just liked to do, was watch him. Except I don't get to see you like do it, because I used to like to watch Gene's face change as he drew, like expressions he would make, you know. And I'm assuming you're doing something similar. But recently, I noticed you're doing the Peanuts characters, but with your own kind of take on them. That's really cool. Can you just talk about that a little bit, like what your approach is?
Yeah. So I'm a lifelong fan of Peanuts. I actually corresponded with Charles Schulz once when I was a kid, and his big influence to me is Jim Henson. And so it was just its 70th anniversary, Peanuts, the comic strip. So I decided to draw some of the characters in my own style. So it's a fun challenge to hit that familiarity while still having your own brand on it.
Yeah.
You do that. I know
really cool.
You do that with most brands I see, which is so nice to not just see some duplicate, but to see your flair, you know?
Yeah. I mean, some things are more specific than others, but usually they've allowed me a free hand to do my own thing. So that's good. That means I'm not just another cog in the machine, I guess. So
I want to show you something. I want to show you how I discovered you. This was, I guess this was, actually, before I show you this, let me step back a second, because we should mention this project of yours, which is a big deal for you. Oh, what?
Nothing. What's happening?
Oh,
what?
am I
just trying to follow?
Tell us about Bodie Troll, because these are original characters, and this is a big project of yours.
Yeah, so Bodie Troll is my all-ages comic about a fairy tale troll who wants to be big and scary, but he's too cute and cuddly, so no one takes him seriously. And it's published by Boom Studios. It's been over there for a few years now, and it's sold in like comic shops and bookstores, which has been really beneficial for reaching younger audiences who might not go into a comic shop necessarily. They're more apt to go into a Barnes & Noble or something with their parents. So it's And it's been nice. You know, there's everything that I liked as a kid, fairy tales, monsters, comic strips, all kind of filtered into this fairy tale world that I wanted to create.
And that's issue number 1, which is available now. Where can they find that?
If you go to Boom Studios, you can order it directly from their website. Otherwise, it's still available in any bookstore or comic shop available.
Cool. And then there's, to follow up on that, you're working on a second one. Here's an image from that, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Bodie Troll Volume 2. I'm not sure if we have a subtitle for it or not. We did. I think it was Hungry for Adventure, but because of COVID, publishing schedules are out the window. So right now we're not sure when it's getting released, but I'm in the middle of producing it. And I do everything on it, so it takes forever.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I showed you those. Go ahead, Billy.
No, I was just going to ask, like, were you a fan of Von Bodie?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I
feel that. I feel that a bit in your stuff.
Well, originally I wasn't seeking to do all ages content. I really wanted to do like underground comic stuff, like Vaughn's stuff and Robert Crumb and guys like that. But after a while, I guess my sense of humor softened a bit, and I wanted to tell stories everyone could enjoy rather than just a college level humor, if you will.
Right. But not just the humor, but like I don't know, there's something there's some kind of reminiscent style, maybe in some way. I don't know if it's the tapered legs or I don't know what it is, but like when there's a character that Gene created when we were kids based on our dog Derek. And I always thought, Gene, your influence when you did that character came from Vaughn.
I completely ripped off the lizards that he would do.
Right.
Same thing with me is the tapered leg, the way the leg starts off really skinny at the top and you work towards the bottom, and the legs kind of look like bell bottoms in a way. I did that because of Vaughn.
I love that. I love that.
But what I was going to show you earlier, this is the first piece of art I saw of yours, and I just fell in love with it. Let me bring it up, and then we can talk about it. But this is from a Bodie Troll.
Yeah, that was in Volume 1, and that was, gosh, that's an original page there, actually. These are all friends of mine from Northern Michigan that they all put on a comic convention called Cherry Capital Comic Con. So I drew them onto this page, and one of them actually bought the original page, which was cool.
But I always love seeing the blue pencil and just all the mechanisms behind the final line art. And I love the perspective here.
Thanks.
High windows, and they're curved a bit.
I call it Funhouse mirror perspective. So,
what did you call it?
Funhouse mirror perspective.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love it.
Here's a quick question. Wait a minute. Where'd it go? What? No, it wasn't. Wow. It just flew away out. Just as I clicked, it moved. Where did you go? Oh, well, here's one. Jesse wants to know, who's your favorite Muppet to draw? Do you have a favorite Muppet to draw?
Yeah, I do. I mean, my go-to, my all-time favorites are the Land of Gorge characters. Because
I love them.
You can really do your own thing with them because they're not as recognizable as a lot of the Henson creations. But I absolutely love them. I've been trying to pitch a comic for them for years that has come close, and then nothing happens. And so, yeah, they're my favorite Muppets to draw.
Is there one that's just that's really difficult for you that you have a big challenge?
Yeah, actually, the Beautiful Day monster.
Oh, really?
I've had difficulty with him because sometimes his mouth reads as a nose, other times it just looks like a big upper lip, and it's such a careful balance to get that. I also struggled drawing Big Mean Carl.
Really?
Yeah, because of his nose shape kind of goes into his mouth as well, into one big piece. And trying to find the right method for doing that took me a few tries.
Wow, that's interesting. I love Beautiful Day. I've had so much fun on the last, I don't know, since I think actually when we did the Jason Segel film, I started playing around with him, and I just had so much fun because I don't want him to talk. I don't want him actually to be able to speak. So we just do this thing where he loves mints, anything really hot. So he just always goes to everybody and just puts his hand out, and then they know he wants a mint. They give him a mint. He eats it, and then his eyes just go wide because he has that mechanism. It's just so stupid.
I have a question for you. Go ahead.
What's that? No, go ahead.
No, I finished. Go ahead.
Well, I couldn't figure out how Beautiful Day's mouth worked because sometimes it looks like Beaker, and you know, it's
it's pure that. Just that.
That's so cool.
Maybe that'll help you draw them.
Actually, it helps in my approach because I come at my cartooning from like an actor perspective because I studied theater. So I definitely think about physicality and face and body whenever I'm doing characters. So
yeah.
So Marshall Grover asks, Jay, what was your reaction when you found out that your fan letter to Jim Henson was being included in the MoMI exhibit?
It was the greatest honor of my entire life, to be honest. And I owe it entirely to Karen Falk of the Henson Company, who sought me out. And there's a long story behind it. That ended up I wrote Jim when I was 11 years old, and Jim hung on to all of his fan letters and all sorts of things for years. And Karen reached out to me maybe 5 years ago to say, you know, we have this letter that you wrote him and his response, which he photocopied, and you know, it's really cool. Here's a scan of it. And that came at a point in my life where I was at a very low point in my life, and that was like a very life affirming thing for me to be reunited with that. And then it ends up in the museum not long thereafter. So it's just like a series of amazing occurrences.
Right. Can I read the letter? Because I think the letter is great.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I read the letter that you wrote?
That'd be awesome.
Dear Jim Henson, this letter comes with worry! ! On January 21st, 1986, I was watching The Muppets, a celebration of 30 years, and it got me thinking, the Muppets, 30 years? By the time I grow up, the Muppets will be gone, disappeared, nothing more. In other words, I'm just afraid you and all the other Muppet performers just might retire before I grow up to try to work with the Muppets. Signed, a concerned kid, Jay Fosgitt. P.S. Please write back. We go bye-bye. And he drew animal. Such a great letter, Jay.
Thank you.
Such a great letter. And you know, Gene wrote to Jim as well.
I don't know if I knew that, Gene.
Yeah, I should have had it ready, but yeah, I did. When I was 14, I sent one, and this was in 7. Actually, well, I'll just grab it off the wall. Hang on.
So he wrote to him to, you know, Gene had created like a letterhead of his own that he had when he was a kid, just all his characters and his favorite characters kind of in the left corner of the letter. And he sent Jim a letter, and he sent this back.
Oh,
wow. I asked him how you make Muppets, and he actually sent me instructions back and these postcards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was mine didn't make it into MoMI though.
I know.
It's so cool that it's in there.
Yeah.
I think Seth MacFarlane is in there as well, or at least they found a letter he had written him when he was a kid.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yes. I remember Karen showed that to me too. And it's just kind of funny how so many of us that ended up in the arts in one way or another made that connection. And it's really valuable to our development, no matter what we ended up doing.
Yeah. Let me show some other things you're doing, because then we want to get into some drawing too. And
actually, where are you from originally, Jay? Are you from Michigan?
I'm from Michigan. I grew up in the middle of Michigan, and now I live in the suburbs of Detroit. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And
how is that Detroit feel? The sound of that Detroit?
Oh, when I was a kid, you know, growing up out in the cornfields in the middle of Michigan, we were all afraid of Detroit. And then you move down here and you're like, no, this is where cool stuff is. And I've been down here for 12 years now, and I would never move away.
Wow.
It's a vibrant, artistic area.
Cool. Wow. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to Detroit. I don't think I have. I've always wanted to go.
In the early 60s, they had the National Puppeteers Association. I'm going to get that name wrong. The big puppeteering group in America came to Detroit.
The BPG, Big Puppeteering Group. Yeah. That
was it, right? And Bert Hillstrom drove Jim around in his convertible, and Jim performed Kermit out of the convertible to just people standing on the street in Detroit. Like, what the heck? This is like early 60s when the Muppets hadn't really hit outside of the East Coast yet. So it was kind of cool to hear about.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Tell us about this.
Oh, yeah.
This was the first thing I was ever hired to do. Well, I take it back. No, I'd worked on the Sesame Street comic prior to this, but this was an absolute honor that they reached out to me. This was published by Archaea/Boom, and some people at the Henson Company were aware of my art already, so they asked me to be a part of this, which was like a huge honor. And we could draw any scenes we wanted from Labyrinth for this big anniversary art book that came out a few years ago. And I love Ludo. He's one of my favorite characters. I'm real good friends with Rob Mills, who was one of the performers.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so, and I love those goblin characters. I actually cribbed those designs for something I'm doing now in BODIE, where just something similar with the big helmets, and you never see their faces, this wonky armor, but they're these little squat time bandits looking guys. So
I love that. I love Ludo too. That's a great character.
Absolutely.
You did a drawing of me and Ben and my old girlfriend. This is what you've done, about 4 or 5 of us when we saw you at a comic convention, and then I came back. Yeah, they were puppets.
I wish I would have you guys more Muppety in that, because now the arm wires just, it looks a little twisted.
Nice. And then I sent you this for your birthday. Ta-da! With your little BODIE t-shirt.
Oh, that's absolutely gorgeous. That is so Drucker. It's incredible. So,
did you say Mort Drucker?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, he was a huge influence of mine.
I'm
glad to hear you say that. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I'm a big Mad Magazine fan as well. So all those guys were big influences on my work, even Drucker. And I'll never be the caricaturist he was, but boy, what a king he was.
I always loved Don Martin.
Yeah, Don Martin too. I got in touch with Mort Drucker's agent once to see about getting a caricature, but it was like a couple $1,000, so I couldn't afford it at the time.
No doubt, no doubt.
Here's a question from Aunt Sam Thompson 9. Wasn't BODIE made into a puppet?
Yes, twice. Once by James Wojtal, who built the original BODIE puppet, and then Jamie Bresler, who built the second BODIE puppet a few years afterwards. So,
oh, wow.
Huge honor to have either of those talented people working on them.
Is one nearby?
Not nearby.
Okay.
Kind of in deep storage. I recently having to redo the studio. I don't have immediate access to him, unfortunately, because he's big.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
He's like the size of a toddler. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You bring him behind you.
What's that?
Sorry, I was asking, who's that behind you?
This is a character I designed and James Wojtal built for me, Tuck Bodkins. And I just, during COVID, I wanted to have sort of a new creative outlet, and I've studied puppetry, I've studied improv, and I wanted to do these short form improv videos with this puppet character, Tuck Bodkins. And my friend Jules Faulkner made this shirt for him. It's little goldfish crackers. And
Nice.
yeah. Oh, by the way, Bill, Jules is a huge fan of yours. She told me to tell you, so she may be watching right now.
Who is Jules?
My friend Jules Faulkner.
Oh, right. Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's sweet. Hello, Jules.
She's crazy for your work, just like most of us.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. And she made the shirt.
She made the shirt. She made a whole wardrobe for him. She's from London, Ontario, and she made this brilliant Canada sweater and toque for him, and little mittens.
Wow, nice.
You guys will see more of that on my Facebook page in the winter months.
How cool.
Yeah.
Jesse asks if you like Harvey Kurtzman's work in these Hey Look comics.
The Hey Look comics are a big influence on me. Like Harvey Kurtzman, I wish he would have done more cartooning like that was just nuts out, really Tex Avery-ish kind of cartooning. Because some of his stuff was a little more illustrative, and that he did that for Timely Comics before he started working for EC. And God, his style, yeah, big influence. Love his Hey Look stuff. I need to buy one of those collections. I know they put out a few.
I don't think we've ever heard. Go ahead. Do you have one, Bill?
Yeah, just Ashley Colley was asking. I learned about an illustrator called Brett Booth during college not long ago. Do you like his work? Do you know Brett Booth?
I am not familiar with the name.
Huh. Well, then we don't like him. No, I'm kidding.
A lot of these artists I know by seeing their work more than I know their names, so it's a very good possibility I follow his stuff.
Well, here's a broader question, and probably a hard one to answer, but maybe you have some advice. Jay, do you have any advice for someone who wants to make art their career?
depending on what kind of art you want to do, like in my case, working on my school newspaper was my first comic strip opportunity. And that started everything. If I hadn't worked on my college newspapers, various college newspapers doing comic strips, that was the foundation for what I do now. So start doing that. I did party caricaturing to put myself through college as well. That's a good opportunity. One thing I like to tell artists now is to study acting, like take some theater classes, because if you can tell a story facially and physically, then you can convey that in a drawing, and it's going to be much more effective storytelling, sequential art storytelling. So that'll get you started.
It's so interesting you say that, because, you know, what I learned in acting school is that your behavior, right? Mm-hmm. It's all about behavior. The dialogue is riding under that, right? So what you're interpreting is all about the behavior, your posture and how you're standing and your expressions. That's telling the story, you know. And if you can put that into artwork, that's what pulls me in. And that's why I was always so fascinated with Gene making all of his faces and stuff, because I knew it was going in there, you know.
Yeah. And we don't, at least Gene, I'm speaking for myself, but I don't.
Hey, look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, I don't try to make the faces when I draw, but it happens. I can feel myself making them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really notice.
Do you, I heard you, it must have been when I was peeping in on your drawing sessions online, but you mentioned you were ambidextrous growing up?
Yeah, I used to be I could draw with both hands up until about first grade, I think. And then I just relied more on the left. But what's funny is that's all I use my left hand for, is drawing. Everything else I'm right-handed.
Really?
I'm kind of a freak. So yeah, that's
wild. And you know what I noticed? I don't know if this is the way your finger presses down on that thing it's interesting to me. I don't know if I've seen many people who have that position that they hold. Maybe it seems more extreme from above or something.
Load-bearing finger, so to speak. This controls everything. So
right.
Yeah.
Let's watch that load-bearing finger, Gene. Come on.
Let's
watch him load it.
Will still work for us here.
But so what made you do any of your parents, were they artists, or uncles or aunts? Is this kind of in your family?
No, that's the thing is, so I'm adopted and came from a very cool blue collar family who didn't have any artistic ambitions, but they certainly supported mine. So I was left alone a lot to entertain myself with a stack of paper, and I just took to it. And
you and Kirk Thatcher have a similar background.
Oh, really?
Yes, he was adopted and had very supportive parents. Yeah.
Nope, I didn't know that. And I'm friends with Kirk too. We should talk about that, like blood brothers.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, no, I'm not seeing your image there, Mr. J.
Yeah, because we didn't do anything with it for a while. It kind of.
Oh, sorry.
I have an idea. Why don't you guys work on that, and we can announce our finalists.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't really help Jay, so I'll announce with you.
Why don't we I'm going to take Jay off for right now.
Okay.
So he can work on that.
Okay.
And we can announce our finalists.
Yes.
Hope everybody's tuned in.
Everybody there? Everybody there who wants to know who's going to be?
I hope so. I saw Fergie earlier. I see Scott Joy, and I see Dwayne. And
again, this is going to be on, Gene, when is our big event?
It's going to be live Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific.
This coming Sunday is the
18th.
18th, yes.
And our third judge is going to be the wonderful Carmen Osbar.
Yay.
Right after this show. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, why don't we alternate names? We'll put drum rolls. And
oh, Jay, I think you're onto something there. All right. You want to go first?
Let's bring him on. He looks like he could join us now. Now that he's set. Here, you want to hear who's going to be on the show next week?
Sure.
Our musical America's Got Muppet Talent. All right, Gene, ready? You going to announce number one? Yeah.
Jay Fosgitt.
What?
No.
I'm already here. You don't want me to sing.
All right, it was a joke.
Good.
Number 1, drum roll, please, Billy. Jordan Brownlee.
Woo! Hooray. Okay, Gene, drum roll, please. Chris Pfizer.
Deborah Forth.
Stacy Henson. Number 5.
Scott Joy.
Yeah.
I know you just heard that.
Number 6. Cassidy Lewis. Yeah.
Number 7. Thelonious John.
Number 8. Fergie Philippe Augusta.
Number 9. Frank Simpson. How did Frank say woohoo before I announced his name?
He was cheering for Fergie.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And
All
the
right.
final list.
Number 10, our last final, Liana Rivera. You want to run them down, Gene, real quick?
What? Yeah, let's run them down one more time.
Go ahead.
Jordan Brownlee.
Yeah. Oh, I see. No, go ahead. You just do them all.
All right. Jordan Brownlee. Chris Pfizer. Deborah Forth.
Whoa.
Stacy Henson.
Uh-huh.
Scott Joy.
Yes.
Cassidy Lewis.
Uh-huh.
Thelonious John.
Yes, sir.
Fergie Philippe Auguste.
That's right.
Frank Simpson.
Yeah.
And Liana Rivera.
Fabulous. Everyone, thank you all.
Sorry to those of you who weren't chosen. There were plenty of other really talented people out there, but you know, maybe we'll have another episode down the road. We'll see.
And you know, and in all fairness too, like there have been some double songs. So even though there were great songs, we had to make a choice of how many of the same song because people, you know, audition with similar songs. But we tried to give it a nice cross section of people from all ages, of all walks of life, all types of fruit, vegetables, meats, tofu.
Liana's gonna cry.
Liana's gonna cry.
And Fergie, it's a big honor.
Oh,
and
thanks.
Scott says thanks. And Lisa
Aw.
Soares. And anybody else? And Cassidy Lewis is happy. She got chosen.
Great.
Anybody else out there?
Oh, wait a minute. Who do we have to shut off?
Wait.
Whose mic goes off there? That's better.
Okay, cool.
There we go. I just wanted to bring that up before he had to reset all that stuff again every time it keeps going off.
I've said it twice since you guys have been doing that.
I know. Sorry, Jay.
Right.
Oh, it's not your fault. The website's a little wonky.
All right. So everybody, you got that right. We have 10 finalists for our show next Sunday, and we're looking forward to it. Also, just to remind people who are on listening who just did become a finalist, please, just a thing, if you could keep your number or your routine to 2 minutes, no longer than 2 minutes if you can. If it goes a little over, no, don't worry so much, but as close as you can to 2 minutes would be really helpful because we were going to go with eight finalists, but we felt like we needed 10 because there were too many good ones. So we're going a little longer than we thought. So please, if you can, keep them up to no more than 2 minutes, and that would be great. And we look forward to seeing you then.
Yeah. And don't worry, we're going to be in touch through email or text to give you all the details you'll need before then. We might even be doing some tech tests with you guys ahead of time. So just relax. We'll be in touch. Plenty of time.
Awesome.
And I'll read them again at the end of the show just in case somebody tuned in late. Okay.
Great. Thanks, Jay, for letting us do that.
Mm-hmm.
Billy, did you mention that Jay wanted to draw the two of us?
Well, you know, it's funny. We were I snuck in on one of his things, and didn't that come up? I don't know how because you said you'd drawn us separately.
Yeah.
And I said, well, why don't you come on and draw us together?
Perfect opportunity.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're into that or whatever you want to do.
This is what I do. It's going to be a little delayed here, as you'll see. But
right. Well, that's okay.
All right.
We'll take some questions while you're drawing. Thank you, John. John lets us know it's a great show, and he's lying on his side right now.
I like that guy, John Desideria. He looks so familiar to me.
Oh, well, he's got one of those generic faces.
Yeah, I think it must be one of those Italian guys.
Thanks for asking, Cassidy. What's the prize for winning?
Yes.
Well,
you're going to share it?
Now, of course, it's all about just, might as well show it, right?
Yeah. And it's all about the fun, really, right? It's about just people enjoying each other. But we thought Gene created something by his own two hands.
Would you look at this beautiful plaque?
Oh, that's sweet.
Hand painted by
your name. Your name will go right in there, diagonally under champion. On the back, Billy and I you'll have. We're going to put our signatures in a little envelope on the back for you to have. So we'll be signing it. And there's your little trophy, your little America's Got Talent with the date and everything. So hope you like it.
It's great. And like Gene said, it's about, just doing it, having some fun and spreading some smiles out there. That's all we want you guys to do, is make people smile. And we know you will, based on what you're going to do and what you're going to sing. And it'll be really fun. So thank you all for doing it.
Marshall asks, pig's feet?
Marshall wants
reputation.
Yeah.
Which would include. Okay, Bill.
Yes.
How fun was it having Pepe audition for a smoke monster from Lost? What is that?
Oh my God, I'm the worst. I don't even remember. It's from we did a thing with the producer, the creators of Lost, some video stuff, and the characters were auditioning for the season finale or something. But I can't remember what I did. I apologize. I'll just say it was a lot of fun.
Let me tell you something, folks. By default, I'm the family archivist because, honestly, I'm not exaggerating. Billy forgets jobs he did the week after. And I'll ask him, so anything I need to put on the list to search for? I don't think I did anything. And then a year later, I'll discover something out of the blue. And when did you do this? Did I do that? Yeah. I forgot to show Gene's cool T-shirt episode, whatever.
Yes.
My cat T-shirt from the actual cavern in Liverpool. My friend Stuart Reeves got me when he was over there in Liverpool visiting. So there's my cool cavern T-shirt.
Did you guys see that documentary on Netflix it was mostly about the Beatles in their Liverpool days?
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, you're supposed to be drawing.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. No, just kidding.
What are you talking about?
I didn't see that. No.
It's really cool because they interview everyone except the surviving Beatles. And it's a lot of sour grapes from these guys. Yeah, John Lennon couldn't really play as great as they said. I played ukulele in this song or whatever.
That's funny.
I haven't seen, you don't remember the title, do you?
No, I don't, but it's easy to find. It's like the only Beatles doc on there right now, I think. So
you know what, Jay? You know what you've got going here? You got those little hairs that Gene gets all flustered about that stick out of the side of his head.
This is my COVID hair.
He gets all worried.
That's why I've been wearing a hat lately.
Are these sticking out? Look at Gene. Look at that. That's you. Look at you. So good. That's so good. Wait, but you were just saying, what was it? Oh, no. Oh, darn. I forgot what we were going to something about the
cavern?
Thing. No, it was the Lost thing. I can't remember. Sorry. But I think it's important that this comes up. Mango Juice Art thinks I'm just awesome.
Well, yeah.
Is this the first we've heard from Mango Juice Art?
I think so, and I'm really excited about how they feel.
He doesn't feel very much about me, I guess.
No.
Well, what are you gonna do? Can't win them all.
So Jay, when you're not drawing, what kind of gets you?
Wait, your eyes. I love them.
Yeah.
They're like the half eyes I used to do.
Yeah. What gets you? What gets your boat? Floats your boat when you're not drawing? What gets you excited as doing or as close to drawing? I should say. Maybe.
Well, so the sad thing is, I'm one of the few cartoonists that likes to draw in his free time. So I'm always drawing, no matter what.
Wow.
I love movies, though. I'm a big movie fan. So I always have a movie on while I'm drawing, or if I'm not drawing, I'm usually getting a lot of ideas from movies and stuff.
Right.
I love it.
What do you have favorite movies?
Oh my God. My favorite movie of all time is Frank Oz's Little Shop of Horrors.
Really?
Oh my God. I saw that movie like a million times when I was 12 years old in the theater. And I've owned it on every kind of media that they've had available except for Laserdisc. So.
Wow.
Guess what movie Billy owns in every medium? In every format, I mean. Guess.
You have to guess.
All right, I'll give it. It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah,
my all-time favorite.
I grow into it though. Like for a couple of years there, like I remember in the beginning of the movie and when they showed Jimmy Stewart as a kid and the old drunk shopkeeper's like beating the crap out of him. I'm like, how is this the greatest Christmas movie ever? But then I put it together. And I'm like, no, this makes sense. I like this. I like the let's beat the snot out of Jimmy Stewart as a kid movie.
Well, he smacked his ear, his bad ear, made it bleed.
Right, which was really disturbing if you think about it. But you know, it's great. It was great.
But how great that they made him drunk. Like, you know, it was just about storytelling. It wasn't about who's watching and is it okay for this person?
Yeah.
Is it okay for that kid? It was just telling a story. And if you don't invest in that kind of stuff, then it doesn't pay off at the end. You know, that's what makes it so emotional for me at the end is all those people in his life that come to help him, even though we see them go through all these things with him that we may not like, you know, or agree with, and they all still show up for him. It's pretty great.
The scene where they're younger and the dance floor kind of peels away and they fall in the water.
Yeah.
Did you know that's Alfalfa that does that to them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Carl Schweitzer. I just thought that it still looks just like him too. Never lost huggish face.
I was just watching. Speaking of that, Saturday, one of the local theaters put on a Halloween festival that you subscribed and you watched on your own TV. And they showed a bunch of horror films, earlier ones. And we were watching The Bat with Vincent Price, and guess who was in it? Darla from The Little Rascals. Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh,
so you could see it.
I had asked Frank about when he was directing Little Shop of Horrors, because I've always loved that one shot, Suddenly Seymour, when he runs up the staircase and the big crane shot, and it follows him and comes around the front, just as they come together. And Gene, remember we were asking, you know, how you designed that shot, and he said the shot was created in his mind first, and they built the set around that. Right, so he had this idea of that happening, and then they built the staircase, and they built the balcony, and they built the balcony in the back where the girls are back. You know, all of it was just in his head, man.
That's incredible. I mean, there's such artistry to that movie and the sets and the miniatures and everything that they did. It's breathtaking. And how smart was it to have the performances of the plant singing slower, so then you have that fluidity. Oh my God, blows my mind still.
Yeah, and he wasn't sure going into it. He wasn't sure how they were going to do that because he was so much into really good lip sync, and he was worried that it wouldn't be that way. And they figured it out as they were rehearsing, I think. Yeah.
Oh, remember this? Thank you, Jonathan. Bert and Ernie are in It's a Wonderful Life too.
True.
That's right.
True.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, look at this cool caricature.
And Bert and Ernie are
Billy
actually also
Cranston.
in Forrest Gump.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're on the TV when he goes, when he first meets
Young
his
Forrest
son.
watching them.
Yeah.
I love
Another
it.
great movie, Forrest Gump. Look at that.
Oops. Let's go
Sorry. I like my mouth.
back.
What
What are we
people
going to
think?
do with this now?
I'll mail
What
it
do-
to the kids.
What do people?
Maybe we should maybe we should add this to the prize for America's Got Muppet Talent, or not. I shouldn't even say. No,
Yeah.
wait, let's erase that part.
I want it. Now what are we
I
going
have
to do? You have to cut it in half, Jay.
Or I could do individuals. That's also an option. So
Actually, can we request a drawing?
yeah, of course.
Something?
Of course.
I love watching you do this. How about, can you draw what Jim and Frank's child would look like?
What their child would look like?
Uh-huh.
Let me see here.
This
This
you
is
have to go with no hair on the head. Or Jim and Frank teenager. How about Jim and Frank teenager? That way, if you want to incorporate hair, it might be something you want to do. Gene's going to do Jim and Frank
Yeah,
child.
let me take my.
All right, I'll take some questions. Wait, where's? Oh, okay. You're both off. Can I hear you though? Oh, I can't hear you guys that way.
why?
You gotta come.
Okay, there we
back.
go.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I'll take some questions. Let's see. Oh, now, every time I click on one, it jumps. Bill, what was it like having Rick Moranis on Muppets Tonight? Great. I mean, he was. Wait a minute, Rick Moranis. We didn't have Rick Moranis on Muppets Tonight, did we? We had Martin Short. Did we have Rick Moranis on Muppets Tonight, Jesse? You should know, but are you sure about that? I don't remember what he did. I remember Martin Short was on. He did several characters. Billy Crystal. When was he was on? I don't even remember. That's so terrible. See, more proof. Let's see what else. Jay, have you seen Emmett Otter? Asks Lauren.
Oh yes, millions of times. Absolutely love Emmett Otter.
There's some beautiful songs in that.
I listen to the soundtrack every day. I got that on iTunes years ago, and I just listened to it this afternoon, as a matter of fact.
Oh, you did?
When the river meets-
Yeah, we sang that at Jerry's memorial.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I have that cool video of you and Kevin singing it in rehearsals.
Oh, right. Let's
Am I
see.
allowed to show that or not?
Probably. It's just me and Kevin.
Do you want me? I'll bring it up in a second.
Okay. Let's see. Mango juice. Here's another mango juice. What are you saying, Mango? Bill, what's your favorite? Oh, what's your favorite Muppet to perform? That's always a really hard question, Mango Juice Art, because I like them for all different reasons, you know, and it's a really boring answer, but it depends on what they're doing, what kind of scene it is. Pepe I love for reasons because he's also based on my wife's aunt.
Yeah, my camera.
Oh no.
Working all of a sudden.
Bummer. I'm gonna add that. Oops. I have to click you off there. Oops. It went away, Jay.
Yeah, it's loading right now. Hold on.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
I don't know why it keeps doing this.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So just different reasons. Like Pepe's based on my wife's aunt, so I love him because of that. Johnny Fiamma based on family members. I like them for all different reasons. Sorry, it's really boring, Mango, but that's the truth. Jay.
Yeah.
from one artist from Beelzy66 says, Jay, one artist to another, how do you manage artistic burnout?
Following,
sound like you do burnout.
I get burnout all the time, especially these days, but following other artists and deriving inspiration from other, movies or books or whatever makes all the difference to me. And sort of gives me a fresh perspective. Plus, always making sure I take time to draw something specifically for myself. Because if you're not having fun doing it, there's a million other things you could do for more money and less effort.
Like?
Oh, geez. Mailman.
Oh.
Mailman makes way more money than most cartoonists. So.
Right. But then you got to handle people's mail.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, you are? All right.
Well, I already mail out commissions, so it's sort of the same thing.
Got it.
For some reason, it's not.
Oh, man. Come on. Oh, wait, it's coming. You're there.
I am?
Yeah, I just had you. Hold on. It should be. I see it here. There you are.
You're there. I am?
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
There we are.
I don't know why. I guess there was some lag or something. So
that's okay. We're good now. Wait, I'm going to go tight. Oh, it went away again.
No.
Oh, no, it's back. Now it's back.
Next time we do this, I'm just going to come visit you guys. We'll do it in studio. That way you can be
good idea.
Cameras.
That's a good idea.
Here, look at them. There's Baby. And what's their name? Jank?
Frim.
Jink.
Now you see, they didn't play with puppets yet, but they were getting used to things with just wearing like oven mittens.
Oh, right. I think we should call them Frim and Jink.
I'm okay with that.
I think yours is Jink, Jay.
Okay.
Jeans is Frank. Oh, no, wait. Frim. I'm just going to put them both up. Wait, can I put them both up? Oh, wait. How do I do that? So, wait, if I take this. No. Wait, what's happening? Oh, I see. Okay. How do I get rid of, if I just want to put.
I can't picture their real characteristics, so I'm just kind of going for the major features.
I was kind of thinking about the Bonnie Erickson designed puppets of them.
Oh, right.
So something a little more simplified and character.
Yeah. Mine looks mine looks like William M. Gaines.
Yeah. I like that.
So Frim is a baby and Jink is his older teen brother. That's awesome. Let me see what else do we have? Lauren Riccardi says Deborah. Oh, I guess Deborah Forth must have mentioned that she sees Dave Goles in Frink.
Yeah, I can see that. It certainly has.
Which one is Frink?
This mine is
teenager.
Probably has Dave's height. So.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Let me look for some more questions.
Congratulations, Deborah.
Bill, are there any characters I hated to perform?
You said you hated performing Rolf, right? No, just kidding.
I hate all of Jim's characters. No. I don't know if I hate them. I mean, Earl Sinclair wasn't a blast all the time. I can tell you that. That was hard. But out of Muppets, Big Mean Carl's probably the hardest and probably the one that I could hate the most if I did. But I love being him. So can't say I hate him for that.
How do you perform him, Bill?
Oh, it's so stupid. I have to, because he's big. So somebody else always does the hands, right? And inside of him, at the back of his, so there's the top part of his head, right? And that I grab, there's like a, what do you call it? It's like, I don't know, like a handle in a sense that my whole hand can grab that holds up I can basically hold him up with that thing, except his mouth drops down, right? So can you imagine you've got something in there and you're holding up this big thing and the mouth just flops. Then I reach in with my left hand and I grab the dowel that goes into his bottom jaw.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I'm kind of like if I were down below, I'm doing this with the bottom jaw.
Sure.
Right. But then I have to hide behind him. So if the camera were there looking at me, right, and I'm facing that way, I have to do this to look behind, to stay behind his neck and look at a monitor back there, and then I have to operate him this way.
Oh, that sounds tricky.
Does that make sense?
Oh, totally.
So I'm looking behind, and then somebody else is then in front of me doing the arms up in his baggy body. And then there's someone between that person and myself who's reaching up into the throat bag.
Oh,
for things that have to go in or come out, or, you know. So yeah, it's not easy.
Gene, who your biggest influence is as an artist?
Well, as just, you know, an individual, like an all-around artist, is Da Vinci probably. He was a huge inspiration just from a really young age. Just something about him being the Renaissance man and his lifestyle and all its great work. And as far as style-wise, when I was in my teens, it was probably, like you mentioned, Mort Drucker, Von Bodie. They were huge. I would copy their work all the time. Wanted to be them. So those are three huge ones, I would say. How about you?
From a cartooning perspective, I followed a lot of comic strip artists more than anyone when I was super young.
Oh, sorry. Frank Frazetta was a huge one, although I never really tried to imitate him.
How could anybody? But Frank was a genius. He drew Little Abner better than Al Cap. So.
How about, Robert Crumb was another huge one too.
Yeah.
Oh, let me show you something. Entertain yourselves.
Can I have a request. Can I have these two drawings?
No.
Yeah.
And Gene, you can keep the one of the two of us. I love these.
I bought a book of Robert Crumb's early comics from when he was just a kid, drawing them on notebook paper, and didn't realize it at the time, but it's autographed by him. So
no way.
Yeah, it was like a shrink wrapped book, and they never told. I don't think the people who sold it knew, or it would have cost me a lot more. So
wow.
Right.
Is that so I'm sorry, I just want to, is that kind of Ernie's shirt for Jim?
I think so. You know, whenever I think of drawing kids, and that's because of Charles Schultz and Bill Watterson, I do a striped shirt or something. So but I watch a lot of Leave It to Beaver, and the kids kind of dress like with their high water pant cuffs and things like that.
Yeah.
So this, Billy and Christina and Jackson got me this for my birthday or Christmas one year. I don't remember. But these were these limited edition sketchbooks.
Oh my gosh.
This is the stuff, if you saw the movie Crumb, the sketchbooks that he traded for a home in France.
Yeah.
This isn't even all of them, but they're all in here. I'm not going to take them all out, but it came with a lithograph that he hand painted. Let me show you that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Beautiful.
There's my hand painted Robert Crumb.
How cool is that?
There's a great bookstore actually in Beverly Hills that has all kinds of amazing stuff like that in there. That's where we found that. Here's an interesting question. Why every time I go to click on one, it goes away? Bill, do you remember Dell's Punchline? Do you guys know Dell, who Dell is by any chance?
The Dell
Yeah. So Dell and Augie and Dell were from the Late Night Buffet pilot that we did. And then we took Dell to Las Vegas for the comedy festival or something. And so I think it's something like Dell's Comedy Binge or something, Vegas Comedy Binge. And he's sitting with a table full of comedians at some point, and they're all telling jokes, and then Dell tells one, but they bleep the punchline. Now I just realized I probably can't do it. Can I say it? Should I do it?
I would do it.
He said, why did chicken cross the road?
I don't know why.
Fuck you.
That's what it was.
Now you know your audience. Your audience.
Wow. All right, I'm going to take away the. Oh, wait, can I, Gene? How do I get rid of the? Can I? I don't want to make the. I just want to have you guys up there. And how do we get without getting rid of the drawings completely?
Oh, you just. I'll do it.
Oh, thanks.
Man, it's complicated.
There. Wow.
Hang on. I'm finding something here. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, it's 4:03. I think we've tortured our friend enough.
Okay, hang on.
Torturing me. That was fun.
I want to see
What?
this. Hang on.
What did we do?
Torturing me?
Torturing you? Oh, good.
I'm okay with that.
Why don't you, Bill? Why don't you read the finalists again while I'm pulling this up?
Okay. Very exciting. They are finalists for next week's show, America's Got Muppet Talent. And let me tell you something. There's some really good stuff. And it's a really fun cross-section of fun. Jordan Brownlee, Chris Pfizer, Deborah Forth, Stacy Henson, Scott Joy, Cassidy Lewis. Oh, I'm going to say the wrong name. What's the right name for number 7, Jane?
Oh, Thelonious John.
Thank you. Fergie Philippe and we're going to have to ask the correct pronunciation for his last name because I feel like I should say Augusta, or I don't know if it's August or Augusta. Frank Simpson and Liana Rivera. And Jay Fosgitt will be performing as well.
Nobody wants
He'll be opening.
Maybe.
All right, let's check this out.
Aren't you going to do that spoons thing that you do?
Spoon. I'll bring my jug.
All right, good. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Check this out, fellers.
When the river meets the sea, when the river meets the almighty sea.
That's awesome.
What were you saying, Billy?
Such a beautiful voice. Kevin's voice. That was we were rehearsing for what was that, Carnegie Hall?
Yeah, it was the Jim Henson's musical. What was it called? World of Jim Henson. Wait, I'll get it. Hang on.
No.
I forget. But that was all at the Carriage House the day before rehearsing.
Right.
Jim Henson's Musical World at Carnegie Hall on April the 14th, 2012. See, I told you I was a family archivist.
Here's a joke.
Go ahead.
Ashley Colley says, Bill, what did the dog say about his trip to the zoo? God, that was a shih tzu. Shih tzu. Can I tell you the joke my son wrote? Can I just tell you the joke my son wrote when he heard Jay?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
He wrote this when he was...
I have to do a book plug.
What? Oh.
Book I illustrated for Joy Behar, Shih Tzu Cockapoo. It's part Shih Tzu, part Cocker Spaniel, and part Poodle. Ta-da!
Very good. So he wrote this when he was 5. We were driving on our way to school, and I said, let's just see if we can make up jokes. And so we would just say something, and then we would add something and see if it could turn into a joke. It was just a game. And he said, Dada, what did the man say to his own poop?
What'd he say?
Is that me or you?
I love toilet humor.
Come on. That's a good one.
That's a
He
great
didn't even realize it was a joke. He just said it. And my mouth dropped. And he started laughing because I started laughing.
Hey, Knight Rider, look at this. Knight Rider saw the concert 4 times. Or she saw the concert, cried 4 times during the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Because it was only 2 shows, right? Was it just the one day, 2 shows?
2 shows. See, I don't remember that. I thought it was 1 show.
I think there were 2.
I don't think so.
Oh, I think so.
I don't think so.
Because I remember pulling footage from the internet of different nights or something. But I've got so much cool behind the scenes footage. I should just ask whoever catalogs that stuff if they want it. Because
Jay, let's go driving.
What's that?
Let's go driving.
Yeah, let's do that.
Where do you want to go? Yeah.
No, we don't.
Can you go get in your car? Come on. Bring your phone with you.
It won't work, man.
Why?
Because I'm not as good behind the wheel. I'm not as entertaining when I'm trying to drive. Unless control, then it's hilarious. So.
It was 2 shows. What?
Yeah, I thought so.
I wasn't there.
You weren't.
I wasn't there. Sorry, I guess that's right.
Drawing anything else, or is that it?
Well, I feel like it's 4:08. Eugene?
4:08.
Yeah, look, we've got a big show coming up.
Sorry, my time. Sorry.
I see.
Yeah, sorry.
4:08.
But look, I want those drawings. How do I get them? Damn it.
I'll mail them.
Gene?
You have to come visit.
Nuh-uh. Yes, please. I would love it. I'll send you my address if you don't mind. I would love those.
Well, if you send me, Jay, how about if you send me? Oh, we'll talk about it after.
Okay.
Well, gang, do we want to? We have 2. I just have 3 more drawings here, real quick. I just want to show a little bit more of what Jay has done, so people can keep looking out for his work. He's doing a bunch of Fraggle Rock stuff.
So good.
Yeah, I actually got to write that as well as draw it.
I shouldn't have.
Oh, you did?
That.
Yeah.
You wrote? Wow.
Yeah. The only thing I really had to redo was I wasn't drawing Doozer structures, Doozer towers to specification, so I had to redraw all those, and that was.
Oh, wow.
And there's
cool.
this.
This was a cover for Avengers spin-off book from Marvel.
That's cool. Look at the Hulk. Oh.
And they always, what's cool about the Marvel covers is that they always let me write my own gags for the cover, so it didn't necessarily have to reflect what's happening in the book.
Oh, wow.
And then there's one more here. This one is pretty cool. A little bit of Marvel for you. Come on, there we go.
Baby Groot.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
What's he catching? Oh, Gene.
Sorry.
Just a space fish. Farting.
Oh, I see. Right. What's the bait, though? I can't see what the bait is.
Oh, it's just this little, like a worm with rabbit ears and buck teeth, basically. That's the way my imagination works. So, so again, this is another situation where I got to come up with my own gag. I wrote it, drew it, and colored it myself too, which was a lot of fun.
Wow.
What did you? Is it all digital?
Actually, no. This was a traditional piece.
Seriously.
I only started going all digital the last couple of years. I think when I was started working for Disney on the Donald Duck books, because
so the skies.
Oh no, the sky is digital. That's like it's color. I should say it's colored digitally, but I drew it in pen and ink. So
okay, right.
Pretty certain.
Jonathan Sloman was just saying that he can see a Chuck influence.
Big Chuck Jones fan. Very much. My favorite is the Daffy Duck cartoon, Deduce You Say, where he was Dorlock Holmes.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I like? You guys, have you seen the new Mickey Mouse cartoons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really like them.
They just them. One of my buddies was a designer and storyboard artist on that series. I almost got to work on that series. That's another reason I went digital, because I was working pen and ink at the time, and they're like, "Oh, we really need you to work digitally so you can, wrap it off." So that's when I started working digitally.
Yeah, I mean, they're beautiful. Stylistically, they're beautiful. They're animated beautifully, and they're pretty much wordless, right? Occasionally a word here or there.
They are very, very much. And I believe all the animation is actually done in Canada and France.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I saw one episode that was all in French.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. That was the background for beautiful.
Croissant?
Just,
no, was it croissant or was it something else? Something. There was a food they kept saying. Yeah. Well, okay, gang. We have a big show Sunday, and Jay needs to rehearse for that.
Yeah,
he's got to get his spoons out. But Jay, thank you for doing this. Thank you for coming on, man. I'm glad we just. Whoops. Sorry, say that again.
It was fun. I had a blast.
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks for like setting up all the tech stuff that probably made you crazy, but we appreciate it. People, I think, really enjoyed watching, and I love watching you draw. So I'll be sneaking into your little. What do we call them when you just kind of? Is that a random thing? You just decide you're going to do it?
I started doing it randomly. I used to plan them out and advertise them. And I called it Foscast. So I was doing that for a while, and now I just, if I'm bored and I just sneak on there like a ninja, people seem to like that. So
you know why you do those? You know why you do those, Jay?
Why?
I think you know why. Because you're Jay Fosgitt, and
I do what I want.
That's his catchphrase.
My friend actually printed a T-shirt that said, "I'm Jay Fosgitt and I do what I want." And then she's like, "Damn it, why did I get him that shirt? He always wears it."
All right, man. Thank you so much.
Really
appreciate it. Thanks, buddy. Take it easy. Can't wait for my drawing, for my jink. Or Jim. Yeah, jink.
Jink.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
See you later.
All right.
See ya.
There he goes.
Awesome.
We're on the wrong side. Did you notice that? There we go. Now I'm in balance.
It feels better. Well, okay.
Who's gonna get it?
Oh God, look at me! I'm yawning and everything. It's getting a little casual around here.
You know, this has been a really sloppy show for me.
We just click things come up, and I yawn.
I've been really sloppy today. I've been talking over people and clicking things in and out.
That's life. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What are you gonna do?
I've earned the right to mess up one or two, because the other ones I do are perfect.
That's right. So, that's just how it goes sometimes. You can't be perfect all the time. Lesson learned. Not that I want to be perfect all the time, because I can't.
Well, you know what? I would say...
And you do it. And again. And again.
Where did you get that?
I'm not telling.
I've never seen that before.
Cut.